सो हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग गाइज। अभी तक जो हमारा हमने एनसीईआरटी का सेशन देख रहे हैं ज्योग्राफी का, जिसमें हमने चैप्टर फर्स्ट और चैप्टर सेकंड फिनिश किया है। जो हमारा चैप्टर सेकंड था जिसमें हमने फिजिकल डिवीजन ऑफ इंडिया को देखा था कि इंडिया फिजिकली डिवीजन कैसे हुआ है। इसका जो डिवीजन था लाइक दैट द हिमालयन सिस्टम एंड द सेकंड वाज दैट Indian plain, third is the peninsular India or the peninsular plateau, and the next one is the Indian plain and the desert and island. We have seen all of this. So today we will see about the drainage system of India. So in this chapter we will understand what is the meaning of the what does mean of the drainage system, and what does mean of the water divide, and we'll also see about the main rivers of India and its tributaries. So here there is a two words. The one is that is a drainage system and the second is the water divide. If I'll say what is the drainage system, so understand with the diagram. So the first, that is the water, that is a drainage system. What does mean of the drainage system? So suppose this is the main river. Suppose this is the main river. It flows, or the big river. There are other many of the small river that they also flow and they join the main stream from their right or the left stream. So these are the small stream. So when the small stream that it join the main river or the big river and they drain that area and they drain the area, and that is known as the drainage system. It means here that the main river, that is the red dot, that it is flowing through a region, and the number of the small stream river they also come to join the main river from its either could be the from east or the west, it's right or the left, and they join the main river, and the draining of total the draining region of or by the small stream and big stream, and that area it is known as the drainage system. Okay, and here is the another point, that is the what is the mean of the water divide. So water divide, here from name it's itself clear that a division in the water, it means that there are the when the number of the rivers they flow, they got divided into their different region or the different plane through the presence of any of the highland, upland, and that upland it could be the mountain system or it could be the plateaus, and that divided which on the physical region that divide these rivers, that is the water divide. So suppose if I'll make a diagram, suppose this is the mountain system. Suppose this is a mountain river, and from here there is the one river, and from here the another river is flowing. Suppose from here it is the one river that is flowing, and here the another river is flowing. So this physical feature, it creates a barrier, it creates the division of river, and this physical feature is known as the water divide. You have heard in the Punjab, so there is a one region that is the Punjab. Here the Punjab, In Punjab, the Ludhiana, it is a water divide. How? Because it divide the Indus and Ganga river system. Ganga river system. So here there is a two words, that is the drainage system, the another is the water divide system. So here if we'll go through the definition, so the definition itself says that the small stream that flowing from different direction, they come together to form the main river, which ultimately drains into a large water bodies as lakes, and that drainage, the area drained by the single river system is called the drainage system. It means that these are the small streams, when they come and join a main river and they become a main river, and the area they drain, that is the drainage system. The one important drainage system, that is the Amazon basin. Amazon basin, it covers roughly around the 50% of the South American continent. So here if I'll make a diagram of the southern South American plateau, South American continent, so this is the South American plateau, South American continent, and here the Amazon river, it got flow through this, and the Amazon, there are the number of tributaries, they join the Amazon river from the right and left, and that led to the draining of this majority of the area that is drained by Amazon river and its tributaries. So the region that the Amazon and its tributaries drain, that is the Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela. These are the, that's why it is known as the Amazon basin. That is the, it is known as the largest basin, world's largest drainage basin of Amazon river. And the another, that is the water divide. So here the stream 1, it is flowing, and the here the stream B is flowing, and this is a physical boundary, that is the water divide, and that is known as the water divide, because that so, and if I'll say that it is the like the Punjab, and this is the Indus river, and here is the Ganga river system. It means that this Punjab divide the Indus and Ganga river system into the two different region and act as a water divide. So I hope you have understand the meaning of the drainage system and the water divide. So if we'll see that what is the drainage system in India, the drainage system in India, it got divided into the three river system. So it is mainly divided into the two, that is the one is the Himalayan river and the another is the peninsular river. So the Himalayan river system, the Himalayan river system, there are the three main important river in the Himalayan river system. The one is the Ganga river, the second is the Indus river, it flows in the northwest of the subcontinent, Indus river, and the third is the Brahmaputra river system. So there are the three river that is present in the Himalayan river system, the important river. So if you'll so the drainage system of India are mainly controlled by the broad relief feature of subcontinent. According, the Indian rivers got divided into two major groups, that is the Himalayan river and the second is the peninsular river. So if I'll say the Himalayan river system, If I'll say the Himalayan river system, it is the perennial river. The Himalayan river system, it is the perennial river system. If I'll say the, if we'll see the characteristics of the Himalayan river system. Characteristics of the Himalayan river system. Then the Himalayan river, these are the perennial river. Why it is the perennial river? Because the Himalayan river, like that Indus, Brahmaputra, Ganga's river and its tributaries, which originates from in the Himalayan belt. In these rivers, the water it flows throughout the year, and the water it comes from the melting of the ices, melting of ice, the melting of the melting of ice. It could be because of the rising temperature, or in there some changes in the climate that led to the melting of ices. And the second, the it's because of the rainfall, and the most of the rainfall which occur in the Himalayan region, it's because of the southwest monsoon. And these two important systems that they fill the water in the perennial river. In the perennial river, the water availability is throughout the year. Water availability throughout the year. And the next characteristics, in the these Himalayan river, they got divided into the three ages. The first is the initial stage, second is the mature, and third is the late stage. In the initial stage, these river they do the vertical erosion. And this due to the because of vertical erosion, these rivers they formed the gorge and canyons in the head region of the river. And in the mature, it means that when these rivers they come from the high lands and to reach over the plains, they form the oxbow lake. And they also form the meandering. Where in the late stage, they mostly form the delta. So these are the characteristics feature of the Himalayan river system. So in the Himalayan river system, these are the main characteristics of these Himalayan river system. So here there is that Himalayan river, these are the perennial, and we have understand that why these are the perennial. And the two major Himalayan river, the one is the Indus and the Brahmaputra river, and they form the gorges. Like that, this is the gorge. Here the two of the valleys. Here this is the one valley, and here is, and between them the river is flowing. So as in the upper belt, they perform the vertical erosion. They perform the vertical erosion, and it's because of this vertical erosion that the river form the gorge and canyon in the upper stream. So, and while if we'll say that the characteristic feature of the one is that is Himalayan river system. The second is the feature of the peninsular river. In the Himalayan belt, these are the perennial river, but here the river they are the seasonal in nature. Why? Because in the peninsular river, they got their water mostly in the through the rainfall. It could be either in the form of the southwest monsoon or northeast monsoon, because here the ices are the absent here, and here the western ghat it act as a water divide. How? The western ghat is act as water divide between the east flowing river and west flowing river, because in the peninsular river the most of the river they flows towards the Bay of Bengal, where the some rivers like that Narmada, Tapti, Mahi and Sabarmati they flows towards the Arabian Sea. These are the exception. Most of the rivers which present are the flow in India, they are mostly they flow towards the Bay of Bengal. So here the main characteristics of the, we have seen that this is the main river. The river is flowing through this region. In the source of the river, in the upper course, they do the lateral vertical erosion that led to the gorge and canyons formation. And here in the meander, that in the middle course, Oxbow Lake, and the lower course they do the formation of the delta. So here we'll start one by one the Himalayan river system. So we'll see the first, that is the Indus river system. If we'll say that Indian river system, if I'll say that the origin of the Indian rivers, the Indus river, if I'll say the origin of the Indus river, it is near the Mansarovar lake in the Tibetan region. Here the Indus river system, if I'll talk about the Indus river system, I'll say the Indus river system, Indus river. So as we know that the Indus river, it is not a single river, but it is a group of the river system that include the Indus river and its tributaries. Indus river and its tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, and the Satluj. If I'll say the Indus river, its origin near Mansarovar lake, near the Mansarovar lake. If I'll make a diagram of the India, so this is the India's diagram in the upper part. So at here the Indus river it originates and it moves the west and towards the north, and in the Ladakh of the region the river it enters in the Indian subcontinent and it is flows through the Gilgit-Baltistan, that is the POK region, and it flows through the Gilgit-Baltistan region. That this river flows through the Gilgit-Baltistan region and it enters into Pakistan, and it flows through the Pakistan and reaches to the Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea. So this is the Indus river. It is also known as the transboundary river. Transboundary river. Why this river is called as a transboundary river? Because The origin of the Indus River, it is beyond the Himalayan mountain system. That's it is called as the transboundary river. So near Mansarovar its origin, and it is flows through west and then it is north, and it enters in the India through the Ladakh and flow through the Gilgit-Baltistan region, Gilgit-Baltistan region, and reach the Arabian Sea, and it also formed the gorges near the in the Jammu and Kashmir region. So if I'll say its tributaries, the tributary of the Indus, it's like that Nubra, Syok, etc. These are the tributaries of the Indus River system. Indus River, and the Indus River system, it's a group of the 6 rivers. That is the first one is the Indus River, and the second is the Jhelum, third is the Chenab, fourth Ravi, Byas, and Satluj. The Chenab is the longest tributary of it is the longest tributary of Indus. Many of you got confused that which river is the longest tributary of the Indus River system. It is the Chenab. The Jhelum it originates in the Verinag in the Kashmir region, whereas the origin of the Chenab it is the Chenab river is basically made from the Chandra and the Bhaga river, and when these two rivers they combine, they make confluence, then the Chenab rivers form. And the Satluj river, Satluj it is also a transboundary river. Transboundary river. In India, there are the 3 rivers which are the transboundary river. The first is the Indus River, and the second is the Satluj River, and the third is the Brahmaputra River. Because all the 3 rivers they originate beyond the Himalayan mountain system. So here you can see that the river Indus River it rises in the Tibet near the Lake Mansarovar and flowing the west enter India in the Ladakh region. Here it forms the picture George. Tributaries are the Jaskar, Nubra, Shyok, Hunja, and it flows through the Gilgit-Baltistan region, and the Jhelum, Byas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum, Satluj, these are the tributaries of the Indus here. And the Jhelum that it joined the Indus into the Mithankot in Pakistan, and it reaching the Arabian Sea in east of the Karachi. So the total length of the 2900 kilometer. So this is all about the इंडस रिवर. इन द एनसीईआरटी में जो ज़्यादा डिटेल्स ऑफ द रिवर सिस्टम का नहीं दिया गया है, एंड विल सी अ सेपरेट वीडियोज ऑन द complete classification of the Indus River system, and where we'll see about that the origin of all the river, their different of them, and every river systems का हम देखेंगे कि उसका tributaries क्या क्या है. We'll see in the different in the another video. So the second river system, that is the Ganga river system. As we know that the Ganga is not a river, but it is made from the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi. When these two rivers they combine, then Ganga river का formation होता है. When the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi they join at the देवप्रयाग, देन द गंगा रिवर का फॉर्मेशन होता है। दैट्स वाई द गंगा रिवर सिस्टम, जो गंगा रिवर का ओरिजिन नहीं होता है, बिकॉज इट इज़ द इसका फॉर्मेशन होता है विद द अलकनंदा एंड द भागीरथी इन द देवप्रयाग। एंड अगर हम बात करें गंगा रिवर की, सो जो गंगा रिवर है, गंगा रिवर की अगर हम बात करें, गंगा रिवर की, as we know that it is made from the confluence of the two rivers, that is the Bhagirathi and the Alaknanda, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, and it flows through the Uttarakhand to UP to Bihar to Jharkhand to the West Bengal. It flows over through the 5 states, and the total distance of this river, it covers around the 2500 kilometer. And if we'll say that its tributaries की अगर हम बात करें, its tributaries की अगर हम बात करें, so the most important इसकी tributaries हैं the यमुना, गोमती, यमुना रिवर, गोमती रिवर, घाघरा रिवर, गंडक रिवर, सोन river, etc. So basically these are the important tributaries of the Yamuna river, Ganga river. As the Yamuna river, it flows parallel to the Ganga river, and it meet with the Yamuna river, Ganga river at the Allahabad. So here you can see that this is the point where near the Tibet or the Mansarovar lake, from where the Indus river it origin, and it flows in the west and the north direction, and through the Ladakh region it enters in the India, and through the Gilgit-Baltistan it flows through the Pakistan and meet with the Arabian Sea. And the second river, that is the longest tributary of the second is the longest, that is the longest tributary of the Indus, that is the Chenab. You can see here that the Chenab, it is made from the Chandrabhaga, and it is flows through the Himachal and the Punjab region, and it meet with the Satluj river. And here is it is the third is the Jhelum river, and the fourth is the Ravi river, and the fifth is the Satluj river. And the other 4 tributaries of the Indus river, they meet with the Satluj river, and the Satluj river, it flows and it joins the Indus river in the Pakistan, and all the water from Indus river and its tributaries they goes to the Arabian Sea. So this is all about the Indus river system. And here you can see that Ganga river system, the Ganga river, this is the Bhagirathi, and this is the Alaknanda. And when these two rivers they meet at the Devprayag, they form the Ganga river, and the Ganga river, it flows through the Uttarakhand, UP and Bihar, Jharkhand, and through the region of the West Bengal, through the region of the West Bengal, it also reaches to the Bay of Bengal region, and its main tributaries it's Yamuna, that is also it flows parallel to the Ganga river and meet with the Ganga at the Prayagraj. Here you can see that the Sarda river and the Ghagra river, this is the Gandak river, Kosi, these are the Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, these are the important river in the Bihar state, and these are the left side tributaries. These are the left side tributaries, as these river they meet with Ganga from the left side, that's why these are the left side tributaries. So this is all about the in Gangetic river system and its tributaries. One important thing that the when the Ganga river when the Ganga river when the Ganga river it reaches in the West Bengal river, so there is one, that is the Farakka barrage. Many have heard that about the Farakka barrage. Farakka barrage. In the Farakka barrage, the Ganga river, it got divided into two streams. The one stream it goes through the Hooghly river, because as it is important for it's the Hooghly river as it's a Haldia port. The water of the Ganga river it got divided into the Farakka barrage, and the main stream it flows through the West Bengal and it meet with Brahmaputra. So the important role it also the Farakka barrage also plays in the division of the Ganga river. So here this is the Alaknanda river and this is the Bhagirathi river, and when the both rivers they meet at the Deoprayag, then the Ganga river का formation होता है. So this is the Yamuna, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, Yamuna. These are the important tributaries of the Ganga, and from the peninsular upland there are the Chambal, Betwa, Son. These are also the important tributaries of the Ganga as they join from the right side. So here this is the length of the Ganga is roughly around 2500 kilometer. We have already seen, and the Ambala, that is the Punjab, Ambala in the Punjab, it acts as a water divide. It acts as a water divide between the Indus and Ganga river system. So this is all about the Gangetic river system, and the third is the Brahmaputra river system. The third is all about the Brahmaputra river system. The third river system in the northern India, that is the Brahmaputra river system. The Brahmaputra river system. So this is our Pyara India. If I'll make diagram of the India, so this is our Pyara India in the eastern part of the India. So the Brahmaputra river is also origin in the Tibetan region in the Chemayang glacier. And and from this region the Brahmaputra region is flows toward the eastern side, and after reaching at the here the Namcha Barwa. This is the Namcha Barwa. The Namcha Barwa is a place where the Himalaya also get bent towards the south. So this is the Namcha Barwa, and from the Namcha Barwa, the Brahmaputra river, it enters in the region of the India, in the Assam region as the Dihang, as a Dihang river. The Brahmaputra river is enter in India in the at the Namcha Barwa in the Dihang river, and it flows through the Assam, and after leaving the Assam it met with the Ganga river, and they both reach to the Bay of Bengal. So here it is the Chemayan glacier that is located in the Tibet region, and after origin at the east of the this is the Mansarovar lake, east of the Mansarovar lake. So from here Chemayan glacier, the Brahmaputra river, it originate and it moved toward the east, and after reaching as the Namcha Barwa, it is the bend. The Brahmaputra river, it got bent and enters in the Assam region as the Dihang river, and the Dibang river also join as a tributary with the Brahmaputra river. So अगर हम ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर की बात करें, it is the important river. It is the important river in the northeastern state of the India, but it causes the devastating flood. It causes the devastating flood in the Assam in the upper upstream. Why? Because as though it originates from the Chemayan glacier, but this region is the cold region, and because of the cold region, the river, it does not carry the much of the silt, but after reaching to the Assam region, entering the Assam region, in the upper place of this region, the river, it performs the lateral plus vertical erosion. As the river, it performs to the in the upper part of the Assam the lateral and the vertical erosion, then the most of the sediments that it flows, and the river water, it flows through the sediment, and this sediment, it got deposited in the basin of these river throughout over the period of the time, and it's because of the more of the sedimentation that got deposited in the basin of the Brahmaputra river that led to the flood, and that is the devastating flood, because it it takes neither the life but also the economy loss. That's why the Assam region in every year in the monsoonal period, it faces the such devastating flood, and the main reason behind the flood, it's the sedimentation that is got deposited in the lower basin of the Brahmaputra river. So this is all about the Himalayan river system. We have seen the first is the Indus river system, the second is the Ganga river system, and the third is the Brahmaputra river system. And this is all about the Brahmaputra river system. And the next is the peninsular river system. Next is the peninsular river system. Peninsular river system. As we have already know that these are the seasonal in nature, because they got their water through the monsoonal. So the most important, that is in the peninsular river system, there are the two types of the river. The one is the west flowing river. It means the river that meets with the Arabian Sea, and the another that is the east flowing river. It means that the river that it meets with the Bay of Bengal. So in the west flowing river, that is the Narmada, Tapti, Mahi, Sabarmati. These are the west flowing river. Whereas the east flowing river of the peninsular India, that is the Mahanadi river, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. These are the major river. Though there are other minor river as well, but these are some of the important are the major river in the peninsular India. So as we know that, so if I'll talk about the Narmada river system, so Narmada river, its origin from Amarkantak Plateau, in the Amarkantak Plateau or the Amarkantak region in the Madhya Pradesh. And after originating from Amarkantak Plateau, the river it flows through the Maharashtra, Gujarat, and this river's drainage basin is also in the Rajasthan. And the river it flows through a fault or the valley, and that valley इसका जो फॉर्मेशन हुआ है इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द फॉल्टिंग. फॉल्टिंग क्या होता है? फॉल्टिंग इट मीन्स व्हेन द टू ऑफ द lithospheric crust or the lithospheric plate, it's because of their tensile force, और जब बिकॉज ऑफ द टेंसाइल फोर्स की वजह से जो इसके दो लिथोस्फेरिक प्लेट होते हैं, दे मूव अगेंस्ट ईच अदर, एंड व्हेन दे मूव अगेंस्ट ईच अदर देन द प्लेट गॉट ब्रोकन एंड द ऑफ वैलीज का फॉर्मेशन होता है. सपोज दिस इज द वन प्लेट वन, एंड दिस इज द प्लेट, suppose there is two plate 2, and it's because of their tensile strength when these two plates they move against each other, and the moment of these tensile force they got broken and divided into and led to the formation of the valley, and this process known as the faulting. So, and this valley is between the Satpura and Vindhyan mountain system. And the Narmada, there is one important, that is the, so this is all about the Narmada river system. So here you can see that the Narmada, it is originate from the Amarkantak hills, and it flows through with the rift valley that formed due to the faulting, and in the region of the Jabalpur it forms a jaws, that is the Dhuadhar falls. So, and in this region there is the limestone availability is also there. So this is the Narmada river. If I'll say, we'll see that ताप्ती बेसिन, जो तापी बेसिन है, जो रिवर का अगर हम बात करें तापी रिवर की ओरिजिन की, इसकी भी जो ओरिजिन है वो भी इन द मध्य प्रदेश, बट इन द सतपुरा रेंज, in the Betul district. It also flow through the Rift Valley. And meet with the Arabian Sea, and the another west flowing river, that is the Mahi, Sabarmati, but these are the small rivers. So the next is the Godavari river. So the Godavari river, it is the east flowing river. The if we'll talk about the Godavari river, if I'll talk about the Godavari river, so you have heard the one place in the Nasik, Godavari river. So you have heard there is one Jyotirling in the Nasik district of the Maharashtra. That is the Trambakeswar. In near the Trambakeswar Jyotirling, the गोदावरी रिवर की ओरिजिन होती है. It originate here, and afterwards it flows through the Andhra Pradesh from the Maharashtra to the Karnataka and to the Andhra Pradesh. The river it meets with the Bay of Bengal. So here that it is the large peninsular river. So in the slope of the Western Ghat in the Nasik district में इसकी origin होती है, and it flows through the MP and Andhra, Odisha. इसके जो drainage system, drainage basin area है, it is also located in the Odisha. But अगर हम इसकी गोदावरी रिवर के अगर हम tributaries की बात करें, गोदावरी रिवर की, that is the पूर्णा, वारधा, मनहिता and Majita. These are the some of the tributaries of the Godavari river, and it is known as the Dakshin Ganga. Why it is known as the Dakshin Ganga? It's because of its the length and its sacredness. The Godavari river is known as the Dakshin Ganga. So the next is the Mahanadi river. The origin of the Mahanadi originates in the region of the Chhattisgarh, and it flows through the Odisha and meet with the Bay of Bengal. And the next river, that is the Krishna river. The Krishna river, it is also originate to the near the another Jyotirling, that is the Bhima Shankar Jyotirling. In the near of the Bhima Shankar Jyotirling, the Krishna river it originate, and it also flows through the Maharashtra to Karnataka and to the Andhra Pradesh. And if इसकी जब ट्रिब्यूटरी की अगर बात करें, the tributary of this river, that is the Tungabhadra, Bhima, Koyna, Musi river. These are some of the important tributaries. So the Krishna river we have also seen that. Next is the Kaveri river. So अगर हम कावेरी रिवर की बात करें, so जो कावेरी रिवर की origin है in the Brahmagiri range, in the Brahmagiri range of the Karnataka, and through Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu it also is with the Bay of Bengal region. और इसकी अगर हम बात करें some tributaries like that अमरावती, भवानी and Kabini. These are some of the important tributaries of the river system. So if I'll say in the river system topic and drainage basin topic में, you should must remember about the origin of the river and the flowing state of the drainage basin. तो you can understand with the region through which the river it flows. But the first thing you have to remember about the origin. Second is its tributaries, which is the rightest tributary, which is the left hand tributaries. And there are some important places are the temples, are the cities which locate on the banks of this river. So these are the some of the, if I'll say that what you have to remember in the drainage system topic. In the drainage system, you should remember in the rivers the origin place where the river it got originate, and the second is the its tributary, and which is the left hand tributary, and which is the right hand tributary. And the third thing you should learn about it's any city or capital, either uh, any temple. And the one that is also most important, that is the any of the national park, wildlife sanctuaries. So these are the important point you should learn in the river topic. The one is the drainage, second origin, the second is the tributaries, its third is any cities or the capital or any temple located at the bank of the river, and the fourth is any in the national park or the wildlife sanctuaries. So only the four things you should learn, you must be remember about the river. So this is all about the drainage topic or the river topic. And the next topic, that is the its climate. So for today this is the all about. Thank you.